BBC Radio Devon. Well, it's official. It is the big countdown to the big day itself. Yeah, Christmas is just around the corner. What are we now? Yeah, 2nd of December. Mind you, the rich family from Plymouth won't want to repeat a Christmas like they experienced 10 years ago. It all started in the morning when their 7-month-old son woke up feeling rather poorly. This is oh so familiar to my family as well. Mum Susan is in the studio at the moment. Hello.
Hi.
So I sounded like Basil Brush there again. I do apologize. Hello. Susan, where would you like to start this story?
Well, I can start at the beginning, which was, like you said, Matthew woke up in the early hours of Christmas Day morning. For a 7-month-old baby, he was a generally settled baby, but I couldn't satisfy him, despite many varied attempts to try and settle him. He was whimpering, high temperature and vomiting, and just generally wasn't himself. So we monitored the situation through the day, and this was Christmas Day. And then when he didn't really improve, we phoned up the NHS. We did some checks with them. There was no red flags, and we just told to monitor the situation and give him some paracetamol. And it continued throughout the day, and then Boxing Day morning, in the early hours, he was just no improvement. And we trusted our instincts, and we thought enough was enough. There's something not quite right, and we took him to hospital. And on the ward rounds, the doctor noticed that he had a bulging soft spot and was panting, and then it all went a bit haywire after that.
Oh yes, the rash. We're talking about meningitis here. Meningococcal B?
No, Matthew had pneumococcal.
Right. My son contracted it. Could touch his forehead with his knee, and there was no rash. These are generalised terms. And of course, you can't blame anybody within the medical profession. He did not show the symptoms either, and neither did Matthew.
No, there was no rash. He just wasn't himself, and that's why it's a really difficult disease to spot, because it can be construed as flu or a virus. It is so hard to spot, and that's why on the Meningitis Research Foundation website, all the signs and symptoms are there to help you to raise awareness of, what sort of things you can expect. But the rash it doesn't always appear.
Okay. How does it make you feel about Christmas?
First Christmas after Matthew had it, that we were surprised about how raw our emotions were.
Sure.
Obviously 1 year on, it was a very difficult time for us, the first Christmas, but time is a great healer, and we unfortunately now know much, much more about the signs and symptoms of meningitis, and it does make us edgy as parents, when our children are poorly. But yeah, so
I never want to sit through a lumbar puncture again either.
It was. We weren't allowed to watch it. They said it was like a horrible experience for the child and for parents.
Of course it is. But Matthew's in the studio. Butcher.
Hi.
Hello. Right. What are you doing now, Matthew? What are you doing to spread the word of, just looking out for the symptoms of meningitis? What have you undertaken?
It's like I'm launching the Meningitis Research Foundation 12 Days of Christmas campaign to raise awareness about meningitis and the work they do. And I know it's a horrible disease, so it's like, and I was really poorly, so I want to kind of like help out, other people.
Take your time on this, Matthew. You've got all the time in the world, because that message is so vitally important to get across. What do your friends think about what you're doing?
Like, as I got meningitis when I was a baby, then it's not really something that I've really talked about to them. So.
Well, and your teachers have helped you along the way. Your mother's helped you, and everyone else.
Definitely.
So, what for the future? I mean, what are you going to be doing? How are you going to be raising awareness?
Like, it's really important to raise awareness because the early spot the symptoms of meningitis, the more chance you have of making like a recovery and getting back to a normal, not with injuries or death or anything like that.
You've made up for Christmas. One missed Christmas, I'm hoping.
Yep.
Every Christmas is a big celebration.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can understand that. Look, thank you both for coming in today. You're going to be on Spotlight a little later on as well, aren't you?
Yes, that's correct.
Where can we get more information on this and what you're doing?
Well, Matthew's actually launching the Meningitis Research 12 Days of Christmas campaign today.
Right.
He's poster boy for day one. And so the meningitis.org /12 Days of Christmas website will tell you all about the Christmas campaign, where you can find signs and symptoms of this horrible disease.
It's not exclusive to winter time or to Christmas. It just seems to crop up every now and again. It started with my son when he just literally fell over. And that's he was ill for a couple of days and misdiagnosed, and it was it was a real run into Christmas at the same time. So Matthew, you have something very, very much, sadly, in common with my son as well. But perfect. You're happy at the moment. You're nice and well.
Yep.
Yeah, you're looking superb. Which school do you go to?
Boringdon.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
What are you studying? What's your best subject?
Maths.
Do you know? I knew you were going to say that. You looked intelligent. You don't fit into my family, I can assure you. So you're doing well with maths. What do you want to do when you leave school? Have you thought of that?
No, not really thought about it yet.
You're only 10. I'm 57. I still haven't worked out what I really want to do. This'll do for the meanwhile. Matthew, thank you so much indeed. Mum, you're an absolute star.
Thank you.
Keep spreading the word, okay?
Thank you very much.